Hello there, thanks for stopping by Max's Cards and Dice Dugout. This is episode 143, and this time out, we are at Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington, Minnesota for game number 48 of the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Oldtimer Kings King of the Hill tournament, which has the 1965 Minnesota Twins, the current Kings of the Hill, playing host to the 1953 Brooklyn Dodgers. Before we get to the starting lineups, let's take a look at the Hill. Well, the Twins, having knocked off the 62 Giants, are atop right now with a 3-4 record. As I mentioned last time out, I'm sure they'd like to string together a few wins and get themselves back in the mix. 53 Dodgers are in the same situation with a 2-5 record. You know, they need to get a few wins here, and that's what they'll be trying to do. And we got the 61 Reds on deck with the 61 Tigers in the hole. All right, for the starting lineups for this game number 48. First for the visiting Brooklyn Dodgers. Leading off at second base, Jim Gilliam. Batting second at shortstop, Pee Wee Reese. Batting third in center field is Duke Snider. Batting fourth in left field is Jackie Robinson. Batting fifth, catcher Roy Campanella back in the lineup after being injured for a few games. Batting sixth, first baseman Gil Hodges. Batting seventh, right fielder Carl Furillo. Batting eighth, third baseman Billy Cox. And on the mound, batting ninth is Russ Meyer. He's the pitcher for the Dodgers, and in 1953 he was 15-5 with a 4.57 ERA, 191 innings pitched. He is a number one hitting pitcher, so he gets that card. Now for the current Kings, the 1965 Minnesota Twins. Leading off, shortstop Zoilo Versalles. Batting second, Sandy Valdespino. He is in right field playing for the injured Jimmy Hall, who will return next game. Tony Oliva, he's going to be in center field with Valdespino in right. He's batting third. Batting fourth is Harmon Killebrew. He's at third base. Batting fifth, Bob Allison in left field. Batting sixth, Earl Batty. He's the catcher. Batting seventh, Don Mincher at first base. Batting eighth, second baseman Jerry Kindle. And batting ninth and on the hill is Mudcat Grant. In 1965, he was 21-7 with a 3.30 ERA, 270 innings pitched. He is a number two hitting pitcher, so he will get number two pitcher's hitting card. And we will get underway. But before we do, I should mention the 53 Dodgers are arguably the best defensive team in this tournament. We got 5 fielders rated at 1. The best the Twins can manage is 4 players at 2, but we'll see if that comes into play or not. So Mudcat Grant has finished his warm-up tosses. Jim Gilliam's in the batter's box, and we are underway. Low and outside, and it's a leadoff walk for Gilliam. So the Dodgers get their first man on base. There's a man on first with nobody out, and Pee Wee Reese. And there goes Gilliam. He's taken off, and he is gunned down by Earl Batty for the first out, caught stealing. Dodgers trying to get a runner in scoring position early, and it does not pay off. All right, so Pee Wee Reese, his at-bat continues. Here's the pitch from Grant. And Reese laces that one into left field. He makes the turn at first, but he's going to stay there. And he's at first with 1 out. For center fielder Duke Snider. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. Not a good start for Mudcat Grant. All 3 batters have reached base. That's going to move Reese up to second. There's runners on first and second with 1 out. And Jackie Robinson, Dodgers left fielder. Here's the pitch to Robinson. And this is trouble. He hits that one off the left center wall. That's going to score Pee Wee Reese. Robinson cruises into second with an RBI double. Duke Snider's going to hold at third. The Dodgers are on the board, leading 1-0. And Mudcat Grant gets a fatigue point. So it's second and third with 1 out. Dodgers lead 1-0. And catcher Roy Campanella. Pitch from Grant. And it's a ground ball to shortstop. Versalis takes a look over to Snider at third. He holds him there. And fires over to Don Mincher for the second out. Good defensive play by Versalis, holding up Snider. So it's second and third with 2 outs. Dodgers lead 1-0. Here's Gil Hodges. He hits a ground ball to Versalis. And he fires over to Mincher for out number 3. So the Dodgers pick up a run here in the top of the first on Jackie Robinson's RBI double. And with 1/2 inning in the books, it's the Dodgers 1. And the Twins coming to bat. Mudcat Grant gets a second fatigue point. Russ Meyer, Dodgers pitcher, is out here on the mound. He's ready to go. And the leadoff man for the Twins is shortstop Zoilo Versalis. He pops this one up. It's staying in the infield. Gil Hodges is under that, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Sandy Valdespino, Twins right fielder's up next. Dodgers lead 1-0. Here's the pitch. It's catcher's card X. And Roy Campanella is a 1. We roll an 8. Valdespino pops this one up. It's in fair territory. Roy Campanella calls off Gil Hodges and makes the catch for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down for the Twins. And that brings up Tony Oliva, who's in center field. Pitch from Meyer. Ground ball to Gil Hodges at first. He's going to take that unassisted. And the Twins go 1-2-3. So after 1 inning, it's the Dodgers 1, Twins 0. Russ Meyer will get his first fatigue point. Mudcat Grant, he's at 2. He's out here for the top of the second. First batter for the Dodgers will be right fielder Carl Furillo. Here's the pitch from Grant. And Furillo gets a hold of this one. That sends Duke Snider back to the wall. It's up over his head, way out of here, gone. Or excuse me, not Duke Snider, but Tony Oliva. And a leadoff home run from Carl Furillo gives the Dodgers a 2-0 lead. Mudcat Grant picks up fatigue point number 3. It's 2-0 early on here. Oliva watched that one get out of here in a hurry. Here's Billy Cox, third baseman. It's a ground ball back to Mudcat Grant. He jogs over towards first base. And he tosses to Don Mincher for the second out. Or excuse me, the first out. So there's 1 out, nobody on, and pitcher Russ Meyer. Grant delivers. And he lines this one right at shortstop Pee Wee Reese. No, not Pee Wee Reese. Come on, Max. Versalis, Zoilo Versalis. That's a line to him for the second out. Hard hit ball by Meyer. 2 outs, nobody on. Dodgers lead 2-0. Top of the order, Jim Gilliam. It's a 2-out single for Gilliam. So he's been on base both times. So man on first with 2 outs for Pee Wee Reese, who singled his first time up. Here's the pitch from Grant. This time Reese lifts it to left field. Bob Allison is under that, makes the catch. And that's it for the Dodgers, but not before they pick up another run on Carl Furillo's solo shot to lead off the inning. And after 1.5, it's the Dodgers 2 and the Twins nothing. Mudcat Grant gets fatigue point number 4. And the first batter Russ Meyer is going to face here in the bottom of the second is Harmon Killebrew, Twins third baseman. Here's the pitch. And that's a ground ball to shortstop Pee Wee Reese over to Gil Hodges. 1 away. One out, nobody on for Bob Allison. Pitch from Meyer. And that's a strikeout. First strikeout for Meyer, and there are 2 away. Here's Earl Batty. Pitch from Meyer. Ground ball to third baseman Billy Cox over to Gil Hodges. 5-3 put out. And the Twins go 1, 2, 3. So after 2 innings, it's the Dodgers 2. The Twins nothing. Meyer gets his second fatigue point. Mudcat Grant. Top of the third. First batter he'll face is Duke Snyder. He'll be followed by Jackie Robinson and Roy Campanella. Pitch to Snyder. And that's a strikeout. 1 out. First strikeout for Mudcat Grant. It's going to bring up Jackie Robinson, who had an RBI double back in the first inning. Here's the pitch. This time Robinson pops it up. Harm Killebrew's under that near the third base bag. And he makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs, nobody on. And Roy Campanella. Campanella is 0 for 1. Back in the lineup after a injury. He was out for a few games. There's the pitch. And he hits that one into left field for a 2-out single. So Campanella's at first with 2 outs, and first baseman Gil Hodges comes to the plate. Grant checks Campanella and delivers to Hodges. And Hodges hits one to left field as well. Campanella got a good jump, but he's being held up at third on Hodges' single. So the Dodgers have runners on the corners with 2 outs. And Carl Furillo comes to the plate, who homered his last time up. Here's the pitch from Grant. Furillo gets underneath this one and pops it up. And Harm Killebrew's under that. Makes the catch. For the 3rd out. So the Dodgers threaten in the top of the 3rd, but can't get anyone across. And after 2.5, it's the Dodgers 2. And the Twins nothing. Mudcat Grant gets fatigue point number 5. Russ Meyer out here for the bottom of the 3rd. First batter is going to be first baseman Don Mincher. Here's the pitch. And Mincher gets a hold of this one to deep right field. Sends Carl Furillo back. It's way up, out of here, gone. The Twins are on the board with a solo shot from Don Mincher. And it's now 2-1. So Russ Meyer picks up a fatigue point for that one. So nobody out. Second baseman Jerry Kindle comes to the plate. Dodgers lead 2-1. Here's the pitch. And that's a single right up the middle for Kindle. So the tying run is on base, nobody out. And that's going to bring up Mudcat Grant. And Grant squares to bunt. Right in front of the plate, the only play for Campanella is to get Grant at first. That's the first out. And Jerry Kindle moves up to second on the sacrifice. That was successful. So we got a man on second with 1 out. Top of the order for the Twins, Zoilo Versalis, who's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Meyer. It's a fly ball to left field. Jackie Robinson's under that. Makes the catch. There are 2 away. Kindle holds at second, of course. So 2 outs, man on second, and right fielder Sandy Valdespino. Valdespino's 0 for 1. Pitch from Meyer. Way inside. And that's a 2-out walk to Valdespino. So now the Twins have runners on first and second with 2 away. And Tony Oliva, center fielder, comes to the plate. Oliva's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Way inside. Back-to-back walks, and they are loaded. So the Twins threatening here with 2 outs. They already picked up 1 run on Don Mincher's solo shot. The bases are loaded with 2 outs. And Harmon Killebrew, third baseman. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Meyer. And this ball is way high to center field. Duke Snyder goes back, watches it over his head. It's way up, out of here, gone. A 2-out grand slam for Harmon Killebrew. And with 1 swing of the bat, the Twins lead 5-2. That is going to be 4 more fatigue points for Grant. That puts him at 7. And the faithful here in Bloomington are going nuts. 5-2 Minnesota, bottom of the 3rd. Here's Bob Allison. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. And he strikes out again. So the Twins pick up 5 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd on 2 home runs. A solo shot by Don Mincher and a grand slam with 2 outs by Harmon Killebrew. And they now lead 5-2. And Meyer gets an 8th fatigue point for the completion of the inning. And Mudcat Grant, with a sigh of relief, comes out here for the top of the 4th. Now with a 3-run lead. First batter he's going to face is third baseman Billy Cox. Here's the pitch. That's a leadoff single for Cox. So a man on first, nobody out. Brings up pitcher Russ Meyer. Twins lead 5-2. Here's the pitch from Grant. Meyer pops this one up, stays in the infield. And first baseman Don Mincher's under that for the first out. So there's a man on first with 1 out. Back to the top of the order for the Dodgers. And second baseman Jim Gilliam. It's a ground ball to second base. It's going to be an X check. Jerry Kindle is a 2. We roll a 19. It's probably going to tell us to roll again. No. Kindle's only play is to go to first base, where they get Gilliam on the 4-3 putout. for the second out, but that allows Cox to move up to second. So the Dodgers have a runner on second with 2 outs, and Pee Wee Reese, who is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch from Mudcat Grant. It's a ground ball right back to him. Takes a few steps towards first base and tosses to Mincher for the 3rd out. So that's it for the Dodgers in the top of the 4th. After 3.5, it's the Twins 5 and the Dodgers 2. Mudcat Grant gets fatigue point number 6. Russ Meyer, who's at 8, is back out here for the bottom of the 4th. First batter will be catcher Earl Batty, who is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to shortstop Pee Wee Reese. Over to Gil Hodges for out number 1. 6-3 put out. So there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th, with the Twins leading 5-2. Brings up Don Mincher, who homered his first time up. Here's the pitch from Meyer. And this is another deep fly ball to center field. Back goes Duke Snider. It's way up, out of here, gone. Another home run for Don Mincher. And another solo shot. And now the Twins are up 6-2. And Russ Meyer gets fatigue point number 9. And there is activity in the Dodgers bullpen. Billy Lowe's is warming up. My goodness, Don Mincher ate his Wheaties. Okay, so there's 1 out, nobody on. Twins leading 6-2. Here's Jerry Kindle, who singled his first time up. Pitch from Meyer. It's a fly ball to center field. Duke Snider's under that and makes the catch for the 2nd out. So 2 outs, nobody on. And pitcher Mudcat Grant. He laid down a sacrifice bunt his first time up. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. So Meyer gets out of the inning with his his 3rd strikeout. But the Twins do pick up another run on Mincher's 2nd home run of the game. And after 4 innings, it's the Twins 6 and the Dodgers 2. And Russ Meyer gets fatigue point number 10. Mudcat Grant, who's at 6, is out here for the top of the 5th. First batter will be Duke Snider. He's got a 4-run lead. And here's the pitch to Snider. And this one is lifted high in the air to right field. Sandy Valdespino's back. He jumps up, but it's over the wall. It's out of here, gone. And the home runs continue. Duke Snider with the solo shot. Gets the Dodgers 1 run closer, and it's now 6-3. Mudcat Grant picks up fatigue point number 7. The ball is flying out of here in a hurry today at Metropolitan Stadium. That's going to bring up Jackie Robinson. He's 1 for 2. Twins lead 6-3. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to center field, but it is an X-check. And Tony Oliva is a 3 in center field. We roll a 12. And that one rolls to Tony Oliva, but it's ruled a single. But then Oliva misplays it for a 1-base error. That's going to put Jackie Robinson on second. So Minnesota picks up an error there. So that's a single plus an E8. And Robinson's on second with nobody out. Dodgers trying to claw their way back into this. Here's the pitch to Roy Campanella. It's a ground ball back to Mudcat Grant. It's an X-check. He's a 2. We roll a 6. Only play for Mudcat Grant is to go to first base. Don Mincher, so that allows Robinson to move to third on the 1-3 putout. There's a man on third with 1 out. And it's going to bring up Gil Hodges. The Twins are going to keep the infield normal. Here's the pitch to Hodges. He pops this one up. Looks like it's going to stay in fair territory over there at third base, where Harmon Killebrew makes the catch for the second out. So there's 2 outs with a man on third. Dodgers trail 6-3, and Carl Furillo, who has homered in this game already. Here's the pitch from Mudcat. And Harm Killebrew staying busy over there at third base. Another pop-up. He calls everyone off. Makes the catch for the third out. And that's it for the Dodgers, but they do pick up a run on Duke Snider's solo shot. So after 4.5, it's the Twins 6 and the Dodgers 3. Mudcat Grant gets fatigue point number 8. Russ Meyer is at 10. He's going to stay out here for now. Billy Lowe's is ready if needed. And here's the pitch from Meyer. It's a ground ball to third base. And that's going to be Billy Cox over to Gil Hodges for out number 1. So 1 out, nobody on. Twins lead 6-3. And right fielder Sandy Valdespino, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch. And that's a 1-out single for Valdespino. Right up the middle. He makes the turn. But he's going to stay put at first. So there's a man on first with 1 out now. Antonio Oliva, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch from Meyer. It's a ground ball to second base. Only play for Kindle is to fire over to Mincher at first. That's going to allow, or excuse me, I got this backwards again. The only play for Gilliam is to fire over to Hodges at first for the second out. That allows Valdespino to move up to second. So a man on second with 2 outs and Harmon Killebrew. Killebrew hit a grand slam his last time up. He's got Valdespino at second with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Meyer. And look out. This one, back to the wall. It sends Duke Snider. It's off the wall. Killebrew cruises into second with an RBI double as Valdespino scores. And it's now 7-3 in favor of the Twins. Killebrew picks up his 5th RBI of the game. And Mudcat Grant picks up, or excuse me, not Mudcat Grant. Boy, I'm getting the teams backwards. Russ Meyer picks up fatigue point number 11. He is fatigued. We're going to try to keep him in the game here and get out of this inning because he's coming up to bat in the top of the 6th. He's going to have to face Bob Allison, who is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Meyer. And that's a strikeout. 3rd strikeout for Allison. And the 4th for Russ Meyer to end the inning. But the Twins pick up another run on Harmon Killebrew's RBI double. And after 5 innings of play, it's the Twins 7 and the Dodgers 3. Meyer will get fatigue point number 12. His day's going to be over. Grant, who is at 8, is back out here for the top of the 6th. First batter will be Billy Cox. Then the pitcher's spot, and then back to the top of the order with Jim Gilliam. Grant delivers to Cox. And it's a ground ball to shortstop Zoilo Versalis. Over to Don Mincher. 6-3 put out, 1 away. All right, as mentioned, Russ Meyer's day is done. We're going to get a pinch hitter. And that's going to be Wayne Berlardi. backup first baseman. Pitch hit. Top of the 6th. All right, so Bilardi's pinch hitting for Meyer. Billy Lowe's will be entering the game in the bottom of the 6th to pitch for the Dodgers. There's one out. Here's the pitch from Mudcat Grant. Slow and outside. So Bilardi draws the 1-out walk. Trots down to first base. We're back to the top of the order. And Jim Gilliam. So a man on first with 1 out. Dodgers trail 8-3. Excuse me, 7-3. Here's the pitch. Pops this one up. It's going to stay in the infield. Don Mincher's under that, makes the catch for the 2nd out over there at first base. So there's 2 outs with a man on first. And shortstop Pee Wee Reese, who is 1 for 3 with a run scored. Pitch from Mudcat Grant. And this ball is flying out of here because here's another shot to left center that sends Bob Allison back, and that's just way up out of here, gone in a hurry. A 2-out solo shot, or no, excuse me, a 2-out, 2-run home run from Pee Wee Reese. And the Dodgers are back in this game. It's now 7-5, and Mudcat Grant gets fatigue point 8 and 9. So he's running out of steam. That's going to bring up Duke Snider. 2 outs, nobody on. Snyder's already knocked one out of here his last time up. Here's the pitch from Grant. And it's a deep fly ball to center field. Tony Oliva watches that over his head, way up out of here, gone. The home run derby continues, and it's now a 1-run game. 7-6 in favor of the Twins. Grant gets fatigue point number 10. And there is activity. Jim Perry's warming up in the Twins bullpen. This is all with 2 outs. The bases are empty for Jackie Robinson. Here's the pitch. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2, I believe. Number 2 for Mudcat Grant to end the inning. But the Dodgers pick up 3. And after 5.5, the Twins lead 7-6. Mudcat Grant gets fatigue point number 11. And as mentioned, Russ Meyer's day is over. The new pitcher for the Dodgers is going to be Billy Lowe's. In 1953, Billy was 14-8 with a 4.53 ERA, 163 innings pitched. First batter he's going to face is Earl Batty here in the bottom of the 6th. All right. Twins holding on to a 7-6 lead. Here's the pitch from Lowe's. It's a ground ball to third baseman Billy Cox over to Gil Hodges. 1 away. So 1 out, nobody on. Don Mincher, who's homered his first 2 times at bat. Can he make it 3 in a row? Billy Lowe says no, and here's the pitch. He hits a ground ball to second base. Jim Gilliam has that. Over to Gil Hodges. And there are 2 away. So 2 outs, nobody on. It's going to bring up Jerry Kindle. Kindle is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. And he hits a Deep one to right field. Carl Furillo goes back. It's off the wall. And Kindle cruises into second with a 2-out double. It's going to bring up the pitcher's spot. Mudcat Grant's day is over. Jim Perry will be pitching for the Twins in the top of the 7th. Right now he's going to have a pinch hitter, and that is going to be Rich Rollins, utility infielder. Bottom of the 6th. With Kindle at second base and 2 outs. Twins would like to get him across. Get a little insurance here. Here's the pitch from Lowe's. And he's going to do just that with a 2-out RBI double from Rich Rollins. Hits that one into right field. Kindle comes across and scores. And the Twins get one of those runs back. Billy Lowe's gets his first fatigue point. So Rollins comes in and does his job. Back to the top of the order. Zoilo Versalles with Rollins at second base and 2 outs. It's now 8-6. Favor of the Twins. Here's the pitch. And it's a fly ball to deep center field. That sends Duke Snyder back to the track, to the wall, but he makes the catch for the 3rd out. But the Twins do pick up a run, and after 6 innings of play, it's the Twins 8 and the Dodgers 6. And Billy Lowe's gets his second fatigue point. Dodgers come out for the top of the 7th. New pitcher for the Twins is Jim Perry. 1965, Perry was 12-7 with the 2.63 ERA, 168 innings pitched. And first batter is Roy Campanella here in the top of the 7th. All right, here's the pitch from Perry. It's a fly ball to left field. Bob Allison's under that, makes the catch. 1 away. Bring up Gil Hodges. Hodges is 1 for 3. Pitch from Jim Perry. That's a 1-out single for Hodges. He's 2 for 4 now. Makes the turn, but he'll hold there at first base for Carl Furillo, who's already gone out of the park. Here's the pitch from Jim Perry. He pops this one up. And Harm Killebrew over there at third base makes the catch for out number 2. So there's 2 outs. Man on first. And third baseman Billy Cox. Here's the pitch from Perry. Another pop-up that's going to stay in the infield. And Jerry Kindle's under that. Makes the catch. And that's it for the Dodgers here in the top of the 7th. So as we stretch them, the Twins lead this game 8-6. And Jim Perry will get his first fatigue point. And I'm going to take a little sip of my drink. A little 7-Up. Okay, Billy Lowe's out here for the bottom of the 7th. First batter, Sandy Valdispino. Here's the pitch. Leadoff double for Valdispino. Hits that one in the left center. Cruises into second, so we got a man on second, nobody out, and Tony Oliva. Oliva is 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to shortstop, but it is an X check. Pee Wee Reese is a 2. We roll a 13. And Reese scoops that one up. And his only play is to go to first base, Gil Hodges. That's going to allow Val Despino to move to third. There's a 6-3 put out on Tony Oliva, and there's one out with Val Despino on third. And Harm Killebrew coming to the plate. And the Dodgers are going to bring the infield in. Here's the pitch from Lowe's. It's a fly ball to left field. And Jackie Robinson's under that, makes the catch. For the second out, Val Despino tags up. The throw is not in time. And another insurance run for the Twins. Harm Killebrew with his 6th RBI in this game. And Billy Lowe's picks up fatigue point number 3. And it is now 9-6 in favor of the Twins. So there's 2 outs, nobody on for Bob Allison. Here's the pitch. It's a catcher's card X. Roy Campanella is a 1. We roll a 19. And Campanella's under that near the Dodgers dugout, and he makes the catch in foul territory for the third out. But the Twins pick up another run on a sac fly from Harm Killebrew, and after 7 innings of play, it's the Twins 9 and the Dodgers 6. Billy Lowe's picks up fatigue point number 4. And we go to the top of the 8th, Jim Perry. And it's the pitcher's spot. So Clem Labine is going to start warming up for the Dodgers. No, not Clem Labine. Johnny Padres is going to start warming up for the Dodgers. That's the day for Lowe's. George Shuba is going to pinch hit for Billy Lowe's. And here's a pitch from Perry. And that's a line drive, but it's hit right at Don Mincher for the first out here in the top of the 8th. So we go to the top of the order and Jim Gilliam. Gilliam is 1 for 3 with a walk. Here's a 1-out single for Gilliam, right up the middle. So he's on first with 1 out. Pee Wee Reese, who homered his last time up, was a 2-run shot. And here's the pitch from Perry. Low and outside. Reese trots down to first base. Gilliam moves up to second. Dodgers have runners on first and second with 1 out. And tying run comes to the plate. And that's Duke Snyder, who's also gone yard twice in this game. Here's the pitch. And it's a ground ball to second base. Only play for Kindle is to go to Mincher at first for the second out. That's going to allow their runners to advance. So now runners are on second and third with 2 outs, and Jackie Robinson. Robinson is 2 for 4. Here's the pitch. He lifts a fly ball to deep left field. Sends Bob Allison back to the track near the wall, but he makes the catch there. The Dodgers threaten here in the top of the 8th, but can't get anyone across. And after 7.5, it's the Twins 9 and the Dodgers 6. And Jim Perry will pick up another fatigue point. As mentioned, Billy Lowe's day is done. Johnny Padres is going to be the new pitcher for the Dodgers. In 1953, he was 9-4 with a 4.23 ERA, 115 innings pitched. Okay, so Padres is ready to go. First batter he's going to face is Earl Batty. He's 0 for 3. Man, that's a strikeout. 1 out. First strikeout for Padres. And Don Mincher comes to the plate. Mincher, who's homered twice in this game. There's been a lot of home runs in this game. This time Mincher hits a fly ball to deep right field. That sends Carl Furillo back to the wall where he makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs, nobody on. Jerry Kindle, Twins, third baseman, second baseman. He's 2 for 3. Here's the pitch from Padres. It's a ground ball to second base. It's an X check. Jim Gilliam is a 2. We roll a 4. Gilliam makes a nice play from his knees, fires over to Gil Hodges at first base for the 3rd out to end the inning. So 8 in the books, and it's the Twins 9 and the Dodgers 6. And Padres gets his first fatigue point. Jim Perry's staying out here, trying to close this one out. He's got a 3-run lead and only 2 fatigue points. He's good for 7. First batter he's going to face is Roy Campanella here in the top of the 9th. Twins lead 9-6. Here's the pitch. Man, that's a strikeout. 1 away here in the top of the 9th. First strikeout for Perry, I believe. Yes. Brings up Gil Hodges. Hodges is 2 for 4. Here's the pitch. And he hits a fly ball to deep right field. Excuse me. Where Sandy Valdespino is under it, makes the catch. And the Dodgers are down to their last out. Carl Furillo. Here's the pitch. And it's a ground ball to first baseman Don Mincher. He calls off Jim Perry. He's going to take that one unassisted for the 3rd out to end this game. And the Twins knock off the Brooklyn Dodgers and remain kings of the hill. They win this one 9-6. Some numbers. Dodgers had 6 runs on hits. They committed no errors. The Twins had 9 runs on 8 hits. Some of those hits were big, and they did commit 1 error. The winning pitcher is Mudcat Grant. Jim Perry gets the save. And the loser is Russ Meyer. So the Twins will go to 3-5, remain atop the hill, and they'll take on the 61 Cincinnati Reds in game number 49. The Brooklyn Dodgers, they drop to the bottom of the hill, and their record drops to 3-5. That's going to do it for this episode. If you hung out with me, I do appreciate it. And I'll be back again in the near future with another video. And until then, take care.